It's the final day of November and it's Derby Day. We are here in the parish of Trelawney for another day of SportsMax coverage of schoolboy football. It's the first fixture of today's doubleheader. Cornwall College comes up against Herbert Morrison. As we have a look at today's weather, we see that it's going to be another hot day here in Jamaica. The temperature is at 26 degrees Celsius with humidity at 77%.
Yeah, and as mentioned, we are kicking things off with a derby, St. James Derby this time. Cornwall College, they'll be hoping, they're on your screen, they'll be hoping they can get that 3 points today and move ahead of Herbert Morrison and into the next round. And of course, Herbert Morrison, they came off the bus, went through the protocols, of course, thanks to ISSA, but they are ready to go and they can't wait.
Whether you're joining us around the region on SportsMax TV, here in Jamaica on CVM, or anywhere around the world on the SportsMax app, hello and good day. I'm Christine Charles, and with me today is Gerard Morrisili.
Hi Christine, how are you?
I'm doing great, Gerard. I know today is the 30th of November, so it's a special day for Gerard and to all of our Bayesian viewers. So I just want to send a hearty, happy Independence to you all.
Thank you very much, Christine. And I want to send my own Independence greeting as well. I'm not there right now celebrating, but of course, duty calls. And I just want to say congratulations to the country of Barbados for moving to Republican status and to Rihanna for being named as a national hero as of tomorrow. So happy Independence, everyone.
And congratulations indeed. Now we're going to look at today's action. We have Cornwall College coming up against Herbert Morrison. Now Cornwall College, they have the most cups so far throughout all of the teams. They have 12 DaCosta Cups. Now in 2019 they would have made it all the way to the semi-finals, but then they would have lost against Dintle Technical 2-1. Now they currently have 10 points, so if they manage to gain these 3 additional points, then they may secure their spot in advance into the next round. But who knows, it is anyone's game. But I know definitely they need to secure the game today in order to be considered.
Yeah, and no doubt that Herbert Morrison will be looking to win this game or at least get a draw, because they too need the points. Yeah, of course they have played good football this season so far, and they'll be hoping that they can continue with that, only losing 1 game to William Knibb, and they can bounce back from that. So we'll see how things go here today.
We'll see indeed. Now before we get into today's action, we're going to look back at what happened over the weekend with our commentators Donald Oliver and Chris Taylor.
Thank you, Christine. Quite a lot happened at Draxall as we saw a couple of St. Anne teams going at it. Ocho Race against York Castle High and Ocho Race, and they had a lot of opportunities, and they actually took quite a few of them in this battle with York Castle, coming away with a 3-0 win in the end. So for them, pretty much it was an easy street for them.
Yeah, and Ocho Race have been looking good so far this season, lying in 2nd position behind pedigree team Dintil, and they continued in that vein. Ocho Race 3 goals past York Castle, really struggling in 6th position. York Castle, and it was an impressive performance by Ocho Race, racking up now 11 goals so far this season, and this was 3 of them. Yep. As we continue to look in Zone H, this is a rivalry that we expected a lot from, but Charlemont producing a young team this season, and Dintil was an easy 3-0 win in the end. Yeah, technical director Donovan Ducky at Charlemont, and stubborn initially, but as we said, Dintil, the real pedigree team in this group, and maintaining their standard, putting a trilogy of goals past Charlemont and maintaining their number 1 position. Charlemont in that 3rd position, just below Ocho Race, and it would have been an important match for them to get something out of it, but Dintil just too strong. 4 wins from 5 games.
Heat was on with Zone H, and I expect nothing different today on the fields.
Yeah, of course, a lot of action it looked like over the weekend. I wasn't there. You were there, Christine, but I'm glad to be back in this ambience here today.
Well, no worries, because we have a lot of action for you today. Now we're going to take a look at this digital team feature of Cornwall College.
Being Cornwall College, being the prestigious school that we are always aiming to win, we're always expected to win. And every year we enter the DaCosta Cup competition, our aim is to win it.
Playing for Cornwall College, you know you come under tremendous pressure because you're playing for Cornwall College. it's expected that you're the best. Well, but managing that pressure, I just stay focused and do my best always.
Well, with a young group like this, it will take a lot of commitment and dedication. It is something that you have to definitely work on and try to get the youths to believe in themselves, to believe in the system that they're being taught, and discipline. So discipline and dedication are the two top words right here, because all of them are very ambitious. So it's just for us to focus and keep them focused like that, and I think we can be successful, to be honest.
Everyone is trying to maintain focus. We're working hard each and every day. Coach know what we want. We know the aim of the coach, so we're just putting ourselves out there and just making sure we give 100% on the pitch each day to achieve our goals.
Being a part of the 2019 team and see the struggle, the sacrifices and everything that we did that year to reach the semi-finals. Disappointed that we fell out at the semi-finals, but this year we have another chance. And to win this year would mean the world to me.
I'm the first player from my community to actually play for Cornwall, so it would really mean the world to me to win the DaCosta Cup.
Talent will always be a prime factor in how Cornwall College perform. So I would say that talent-wise, it's always up to standard. We always meet the goals of what is needed by the coach. So I wouldn't differentiate us in any way. I would think that we would match up just the same, and we'll just carry on the red and gold spirit each and every time.
Wow, the heat is really on today, and you can see how important it is winning today would be for both of the teams. Discipline and dedication, and I really hope that they'll be able to show that on the field this afternoon.
Yeah, Cornwall College is, as Chris Taylor always says, a team of pedigree, and they will be hoping that they can actually gain that pedigree. Well, that pedigree, that experience can come into play today. Of course, they came very close in 2019. They went to the semi-finals and they lost. So they will be hoping that they can actually change their fate this season and go all the way. But before, well, in the middle of them and that advancement is Herbert Morrison, and we're going to take a look at them right now in this team feature.
It's my first season, really, with this crop of players. And we have to start somewhere. But definitely our intention is to come out of a participatory mode and into a competitive mode. So this is where it begins for us. You know, this is a pandemic year. It's a season where there'll be elements of surprise. So hopefully we can be a part of that mixture.
Just getting outside of the group stage, and whatever comes after that, we'll just work on it and continue to go for the trophy if that's in our reach this year.
I mean, it would be that delightful feeling. We never win it in a lot of years now, so it would be a great feeling to be the captain and win it for Herbert Morrison.
It's my dream to win it as a coach, and if that materializes, I'd be really ecstatic.
Yeah, I feel like this is a squad to win or go through to the second round to win the DaCosta Cup for Herbert Morrison.
I mean, the players have to stay dedicated, continue the hard work, listen to the coaches, and just execute each game.
If you don't know your past, you won't know your future. We brought them all the way back to 1986, we brought them all the way back to 1988, you know, so that they can see where we're coming from and the pride and the joy that they bring to the institution, the past students and the present administrators who are there now. Definitely would like to rekindle that kind of spirit wherein we fight and we show strength, we show perseverance. That's our motto.
Give a shot, give a cheer for the Herbert Schools out there. Herbert Morrison, we're cheering for you. Football man, language man, we're the best school in the land. Herbert Morrison, we're cheering for you. We are brave and bold, and the story has been told. Shout out the letters we can chat. Forever you go, you will always know Herbert Morrison, we're cheering for you. Herbert Morrison, we're cheering.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Herbert Morrison there. They are second in this group right now, and they're being coached by a former member of the team back in the 80s. They would have won when they would have won both their DaCosta Cup titles. I think he won MVP in one of those years as well. So yeah, they're coached by someone who has a lot of school pride, and he'll be hoping that he can translate that school pride to the team, and the team can then put that out on the pitch and they can get a fair result there. So right now we're going to take it to a break, and we're going to come right back here with more live action. Yeah, of course, you know, if you are a football fan, we have you covered on the Home of Champions. La Liga continues on SportsMax tomorrow. Real Madrid, they're at home to Athletic Bilbao. That game will be at 3 p.m., 4 p.m. ECT. Welcome back to William Nib in Trelawney. Here I am, Gerard Morrison, and with me is Christine Charles. Hi Christine. Of course, we have a double header here today, two derbies, and the St. James derby is going to start things off for us.
That's right. I'm looking forward to a lot of excitement on the field. You know, these schools have a lot of history, so I know they have a lot of weight that they're weighing on their shoulders this afternoon, but it's good weight.
Yeah, of course, the conditions here look very good for play, but the grass is a little thick. We had some rain on Sunday, so the passes are going to be, you know, a little bit held up in the grass, so there's going to be some chance to, you know, they have to readjust their game. But anyways, let's look at Cornwall College's last results played. They would have started this season with a game against Spot Valley away. They won that one 2-0, and then they came home to face Holland and they won 2-0 as well. They got a draw against St. James, 0-0, and they lost to William Knibb, who has yet to lose a game in this season, 4-3. And the Cornwall College, then they played their last game against Irwin, and that game finished 2-1. Herbert Morrison, they would have had 5 games as well. They started with a win against Holland, and then they went to Spot Valley. Well, they played at home to Spot Valley, and they won that game 5-1, and of course they lost to William Knibb, who, as I said before, has yet to lose a game, 4-1, and then they returned the favor to Irwin, winning 1-0 against them, and winning their last game 5-0 against Malden. Here's how Zone A stands right now. William Knibb, they are at the top comfortably with 15 points, 5 wins from 5 games. Herbert Morrison and Cornwall College on 12 and 10 respectively. They are second and third. Irwin is fourth on 9, and then St. James, Spot Valley and Holland, they round up the table. Lots of football action today in the DaCosta Cup. Zone A, Cornwall College coming up against Herbert Morrison here at 1 p.m. And William Knibb, they play later against Holland High. And Irwin High against Spot Valley on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. And St. James High play Malden High on the Wednesday as well. Yeah, so we're going to take a look at a head-to-head between these two teams. A lot of history, as you can see, between the two of them. They would have played, well, this would be the first time since 2009 that they're in the same group, but in 2015 they played each other in a semi-final, in the second round of the DaCosta Cup. Cornwall College won that game 1-0, but in the early days, in 2005, we're going to go that as far back as that, Herbert Morrison would have beaten Cornwall College in the first fixture 2-0, and then Cornwall College returning the favor 2-1. In 2006, a similar story. Herbert Morrison winning 1 and Cornwall winning 1, and Cornwall College then taking all the way from there.
Now we're going to learn a little bit about Cornwall College. They were founded in 1896, so they're currently 125 years old. They proudly wear their colors red and gold. The current population of the school is 1,500 students. They have 12 DaCosta Cup titles, and their motto is learn or leave. Now we had an opportunity to speak to Coach Barrett, so let's hear what he had to say.
Coach, with this being Derby Day, does that make any impact on the team's attitude towards the game?
No, it does not. Whichever team we were playing, it would have been the same type of game. We are currently in third position, 2 points behind today's opponent, Herbert Morrison. So at the end of the day, a victory is paramount. So the boys are prepared, and hopefully they'll put on a good showing.
On that note, what do you think is necessary in order to get that victory here today and move up on the table?
Create opportunities, and hopefully they can find the back of the net. As you know, goals win matches, and we have been missing a few the last couple games, which is a cause for concern. So let's hope, as I said, we play well enough and we produce by hitting the back of the net.
What are some of the things that have gone right for your team this season?
It's been a short season, as you know. The preparation wasn't ideal, not only for Cornwall, but I'd say for probably all the schools island-wide in both Manning and DaCosta Cup. The late start to the season, ISSA getting the go-ahead from the government so that the competition could go ahead. And then, so I'm sure a lot of teams are using this first round also as pre-season games, if you want to call it that, to get themselves fine-tuned for the latter stages of the competition. So we are still some way behind where in a normal season we would have been. But as I said, hopefully we can get it together. I think the chemistry is improving, the understanding of their roles and functions.
Hi, Coach.
And so we just hope that, as I said, we put on a good show today.
Take a look at the digital player to watch. He'll be wearing the number 9 jersey on his back. Of course, he's from Cornwall College. His name is Damian McLean. He's a forward, of course, a dead eye in front of goal. This is his first season. Well, no, his second season, actually. This is going to be his 6th appearance. Oh, it's his first season. I beg your pardon. And yeah, so this is going to be his 6th appearance for the season. He has 1 goal so far, and he'll be hoping that he can get another, or maybe a few more, during this game.
Now, here are some interesting facts about Herbert Morrison. They were founded in 1976, 45-year-old school. Their colors are burgundy and cream. The current population is also 1,500 students. They currently have 2 DaCosta Cup titles under their belt, and their motto is strength and perseverance. Now, we had the opportunity to speak to Coach Anderson, so let's hear what he had to say.
Coach, you're coming up against Cornwall College, who are very close behind you on the table. What is it going to take for you to fend them off today?
I will just play our natural game and enjoy ourselves. We have been doing well so far in the competition, and we have been playing an attacking brand of football, and that is what we intend to do today.
Now, the last time you would have won at the DaCosta Cup would have been back in the 80s. Do you think this is the team that is capable of bringing back that glory to this school?
No pressure whatsoever on the youngster. We're just taking it a game at a time, enjoying the journey, and as we go along, we see how far it takes us.
Now, with the season winding down very quickly, what is the approach now to this game?
Well, we know the significance of this game, and we intend to continue to seek victory in every game that we play. You know, that's the only way we know, and that's the way going forward. You know, if not, then if we get a result, otherwise, you know, less than a victory, but nothing maybe a draw. But we are looking for a victory. That is what we're looking for. That's the objective. We'd like to consolidate our position with this game, and that is the intention right now.
Yeah, so let's take a look at Herbert Morrison's player to watch. His name is Camarco Brown. He'll be wearing the number 10. Yeah, he'll be wearing the number 10. He's age 19 and he has 6 goals this season so far, 2 assists to follow. And of course, this is his 6th game in the season and his 2nd season with the team.
All right, so Cornwall College and Herbert Morrison, I know that their last games, they both won, so they're coming here with momentum and energy to really play the games today.
Yeah, so I mean, there's going to be a lot of football action that we need to see here. We're going to look at this game very closely because both of these teams need a result, a win for that matter, and of course, they'll be playing to see if they can get it.
That's right, but that will be after the break, so we're going to be taking a quick break and then we'll be right back with more live action.
parish of Trelawney is a standard for the world. This chip off the old block of Jamaica has produced sporting legends, including the greatest sprinter of all time, Usain Bolt. Now it's a nursery for those seeking to be the best of the best in schoolboy football. This is a derby day with significance. Cornwall College 12-time DaCosta Cup winners versus 2-time champions Herbert Morrison Technical. The battle between these two teams were the talk of this town during the 80s and 90s. They haven't seen each other in about 6 years. Now they are on the sidelines, ready for battle. So the angst and apprehension, rage and provocation have been building to this moment, which in essence could decide the second qualifying spot from this group, following the unprecedented start of one William Knibb Memorial High. Wherever you're watching from all over the world, thank you so much for joining our coverage here on the Home of Champions. My name is Donald Oliver. I'm with Chris Taylor. We're looking ahead to this matchup.
Yeah, big matchup. Deciding day probably for both these teams. Herbert Morrison lying in second position, Cornwall College in third position. As we said, big game. Herbert Morrison certainly a thorn in the side of Cornwall over the years. Fell off for quite a bit, only 2 victories in 18 years of schoolboy football of recent history for Herbert Morrison. So Cornwall has had the better of them of recent time. Haven't played in 6 years, as you mentioned, Donald. 2015, it was a second round encounter between them and Cornwall College, won by a goal to nil.
Andre Parkinson is the man in charge of this one. He'll be assisted by Garvin Carvalho and Vinroy Hilton.
Herbert Morrison has certainly been shifted around quite a bit in terms of zones, something which angers them quite a bit. So I can imagine the expectation of this match and the desire to make sure that they get the better of the red and yellow.
As we take a look at the Cornwall College starting lineup, their goalkeeper Jordan Shaw is the skipper. In front of him, Deshaun Talbert, Matthew Wilson. There are twins on the flanks, Jaden Jump and Jaden Jump. Mikhail Samuels, Braxton Richards are the holding midfielders. Up front, Devin Johnson, Davian McLean and Brandon Timberlake. Behind a goal scorer, Darnell Brissett. And see Timberlake with a couple of goals to his name, so too Samuels and Richards.
Yeah, the goals have been shared. They're playing with a 4-2-3-1 formation. As I said, Richards with 2, Samuels with 2, and Timberlake up front, he also has 2 goals. Cornwall College certainly coming into their own with victories in their last 3 games.
Of course, they're coached by Dr. Dean Weatherly. This is the starting lineup for Herbert Morrison in goal. Daniel Bygrave in front of him. Dylan Johnson. DeMarcus Walker is the skipper. He's at centre back, as well as Dominic Carr. Logan Hamilton will be on the right side of the defence. Damani Gordon in the holding midfield role. In front of him, Malik Reed, Damarian Spence, and Giovanni Clark. Up top, Kamaka Brown with 6 goals, and Keyshawn Heath with 3.
Yep, Herbert Morrison 4-4-2 formation, and certainly look out for the likes of Kamaka Brown, our player to watch with 6 goals. He's really been on point so far this season. He will wear the number 10.
Well, we are just seconds away here from kickoff as the players and the officials just keeping themselves warm. It's a windy day, it's a cool afternoon, and I think both these teams will cherish the conditions here. And we're on the way here with Herbert Morrison trying to launch an attack. Cornwall College in their traditional yellow and red, and they'll be kicking towards the highway across to our left. Actually, the highway overlooking the playing area here at William Knibb High. Of course, the school will be up next as Cornwall trying to burst forward. It's a big chance for them to go ahead. The keeper is off his line and blocking the shot, Daniel Bygrave. But Cornwall College in the early stages with an opportunity here.
Excellent charge for Cornwall College. They have shown their frailties at the back. Herbert Morrison, something which William Knibb exploited pretty well in that one loss they've had this season, a 4-1 loss it was. And Cornwall using their pace. And as I said, Cornwall College certainly coming into their own as the games have progressed. 2-0 victories in each of their last 2 encounters. And haven't conceded in 3 games. Haven't conceded actually since their loss to William Knibb, which was 4-3 in that game. And nearly adding another to their list of goals. They're so far scored 9 this season, Cornwall College. And just 2 points behind Herbert Morrison in the table, who lie on 12. Of course, the history of these two teams originally, as we see Dr. Dean Weatherly still in charge of Cornwall College. He was in charge the last time they lifted the title in 2016 with the likes of Jordan Fletcher and Peter Lee Vassell and company.
Samuel Reynolds is actually in goal for Herbert Morrison this afternoon, Bygrave being on the bench. As here's Cornwall College again coming forward. It's a chance here that was charged down, and they managed to clear.
Too easy for Cornwall College to get behind the defence of Herbert Morrison. We've seen that already, and we're just 2 minutes in. The Jump Twins will have to do a better job of protecting the flanks. Herbert Morrison won the DaCosta Cup in 1986 and 1988. Big side they had in that time, produced a lot of top footballers, national footballers as well. We think of the likes of Hector Wright, Winston Tonto Henry, as we see Garfield Anderson, who was a part of that team as well. Buddy Roy, his nickname, Garfield Anderson, played in that 1986 winning team. Keith Badders Tomlinson was in that team as well. Devon Ricketts.
Trying to send the ball over on that far side, Cornwall College, as you're right, they are attacking the flanks with regularity. And Herbert Morrison trying to clear out of their own 18-yard area. It's difficult at the moment to do so. And the shot from distance, and no problems there for Reynolds, who skips across to his left to collect.
As you can see from those names, they've always produced exciting attacking players, Herbert Morrison, but as we've seen so far, their defence has been quite open.
And here they are trying to come forward. DeMarco Brown inside the area, trying to slot that through the keeper's legs. Was so close to getting his 7th goal this season. Kamarka Brown.
Very potent going forward. That is their history, that's their culture, Herbert Morrison. 14 goals so far this season. But as I said, against a good attacking unit. Always susceptible at the back.
Well, it seems as if they have to be scoring a lot of goals this afternoon. But right now, it's Cornwall charging forward. And there was a challenge from behind. There was a challenge, and now the free kick for Cornwall College. There's a bit of a chance earlier for Kamarka Brown. They couldn't get by the goalkeeper.
How easy did he get in behind the defence line there?
Too easy almost.
6-goal man Kamarka Brown, player to watch as well this afternoon.
Free kick for Cornwall. McLean is behind it. Some way out. And the shot trying to go under the wall. The volley deflected, and it's going to be a corner kick to Cornwall College.
That was disappointing in terms of the free kick. Cornwall College generally over the years have produced good dead ball kickers. We think of even Jordan Fletcher back in the day, Siobhan MacDonald, their captain a couple of years ago as well.
Yeah, when they won the title.
Good with the dead ball. Siobhan actually went on to play a season or two after.
Well, that wasn't the best, but still in the penalty area, and Herbert Morrison clearing, needs a better delivery. Easily handled again. Goes the other way. Giovanni Clark trying to set free Kamaka Brown once more. And the CC defense doing enough. Of course, Siobhan McDonald would have scored the winner against Jamaica College in the Champions Cup final.
Or the number 7 for Cornwall.
Montego Bay Sports Complex, yep.
Really good leader for the team, and good player as well within the middle of the park. A real all-round kind of individual, very well in school.
Malika Reed with a long throw and headed away by Cornwall College. Now they try to escape, and he gets a touch forward. Jaden jump and makes his way inside the area. Jump, trying to go all the way there, and it's taken from him, and his team will have to settle for the throw. So there are twins on the park, Jaden and Jaden, and I promise you it's going to be difficult for us. But if we are to stretch, we should say Jaden jump and Jaden jump.
Jaden and Jaden.
That is Jaden jump.
Nicknames in the house must be a problem.
I think he's a bigger one. Jaden. Goes down. There are some coming together there. The ball played inside the area. Herbert Morrison defending for all the award before he could get through to Devin Johnson. Oh, lovely ball. He has the speed there. He has 2 to aim for inside the box, and couldn't get by the 2 centre backs there for Herbert Morrison. And again, the clearance is made. Cornwall College, they'll try again. Jump sends this one inside, and the flag goes up for offside.
Well, DeMarcus Walker needs to get things organised from the back line. He is the captain of Herbert Morrison. Wears the number 13, Walker, and he needs to be orchestrating things a lot better in that back line. Just too easy for Cornwall College to get behind the defence line of his team. And there he is. Certainly the communication needs to be improved. As we said, we did see in that game against William Knibb how they certainly dissected them, especially from the flank areas. And Cornwall College have obviously done their research as well. Herbert Morrison, of course, would have been 2-time finalists as well. Went to the final in 1991. Lost to Clarendon College in that final, and again in 1994. And many believe that that 1994 team was probably the best in terms of talent that they have had. Even members of that same well-known 1986 team share the same thought.
Yeah, they have won the title in 86 and 88 as well. Herbert Morrison.
That team in 1994 lost, I believe it was on penalties to Clarendon College. Markino Gillins was a part of that team. Kenry Picknight was in goal. Yeah. Sean McNeish played for Seba. Aiton Scott, Claude Wheatley.
Some football legends.
It was a real, especially at the Premier League level.
Again, the ball over the top. Got some work to do here. He's picked it up. He's trying to charge this one on target, and it is well wide. He slipped there, Daniel Brissett. Yeah, just looking at his shoe and on the turf. Cornwall College with the majority of the possession so far in this fixture, which is not surprising. The group standings, it shows that Herbert Morrison, they are ahead of Cornwall College. It's Cornwall that need the win in this fixture. There is a possibility that they could go through, but they would have to depend on other teams to bail them out should they not get the 3 points from this fixture.
Yeah, because they lie 2 points behind Herbert Morrison. So even a draw would have them remain there. But Herbert Morrison's last game of the zone is against St. James High, which is always a tough one. That's another derby match.
It could be tricky. Here's another chance. Oh, he has space to let fly, and he doesn't quite let fly. Davian McLean. as he tried to make his way close to the box. But he was on target. They've given him some space to work with. That was Brandon Timberlake, in fact.
Not by any means a high-scoring season for Cornwall College, and that's something that we're used to seeing from them. Usually do put a lot of goals in, but they've only scored 9 goals in 5 games. Leading goal scorer has 2. Just shows you how it hasn't been easy for them up front.
But if this game is any indication, they do create chances.
Remember a really good striker they had a couple of years ago, Jacumba. Cornwall College, Eden Jacumba.
A player with English roots as well.
Yeah.
Jacumba.
Certainly had that eye for goal.
Oh, they called him Mr. Showtime. You knew he had an eye for goal.
Very speedy character. Not very tall, but certainly could find the back of the net. Well, of course, Jordan Fletcher as well scored over 30 goals the season they won.
Here's a corner kick. Again, not the best delivery, not the best clearance that either. They have another opportunity to deliver. Here's Dr. Dean Weatherly, the man in charge of this Cornwall College unit. Seems like eons he's been at the helm.
Has some good former players beside him as well. Troy Campbell, Warren Barrett, Warren Boopy Barrett.
Former national goalkeeper and captain of that 98 World Cup campaign, as well as for the World Cup in France.
Legend Warren Barrett.
Here's a chance again. Lofted in, headed away. Trying to utilize his strength, Kamarka Brown, but couldn't quite escape his mark on that occasion. Hectic at the moment.
Come in, Brandon, come in, stay with him.
There is Warren Boopy Barrett. That's on a Toronto Blue Jays cap. Certainly a legend between the sticks for the Jamaica Reggae Boys. Did say earlier that he thought Cornwall College were really coming into their own as the season has progressed. They haven't conceded in some 3 games now. 2 victories on the trot. And he thought that they were beginning to get used to the DaCosta Cup, the rigors of it. As I said, a young team and getting used to that, to this format, this level.
Herbert Morrison will probably think that this is probably the best time to beat a Cornwall College team to advance to the next round. Or that's a late challenge, and possibly a yellow card will come out. Yes, he's moving away from the scene of the crime, but he's still going to get it. Logan Hamilton. He was late on this one, very late. Yeah. Oh, very late.
An early yellow card. Not an intense battle just yet, maybe as we expected to see. It hasn't been very fiery by any means, even though there's been a couple of half opportunities for both teams, but they've had some serious battles over the years. More times than not, Cornwall College have got the better of Herbert Morrison. Been around a lot longer too, of course. Herbert Morrison only coming into being in 1976. They were named St. Catherine High School initially, and then changed the name to Herbert Morrison Comprehensive.
Talbot with the delivery.
Again.
Jump. Jaden jump. That's a wonderful ball inside the area, but the keeper was alert. Samuel Reynolds. It was a very good kick. And it's going to be a throw in to Herbert Morrison. Deep in CC's half. Timberlake. McLean trying to send it wide to Devin Johnson. There's the other Jaden, or the other jump, who is Jaden. Herbert Morrison coming forward and stopped in the tracks there. Good work at the back. A little bit. Wilson goes long and tries to take it first time and trying to find the target as well. And was under pressure. They were going route one on that occasion. And they were hitting this one on the half volley, showing ambition there.
Again, just too easy, not challenged.
Yeah, that's Brissett. I think looking for his first goal still this season. Darnell Brissett, yeah.
And as we've seen, not bad at creating opportunities and creating space, Cornwall College, but the final product lacking.
Even McLean has been able to come out of a couple of troublesome moments. The attacking midfielder for Cornwall College. Here, not afraid to bypass the midfield. Herbert Morrison. Could they get an opportunity here?
To me, it's a good thing to see Herbert Morrison back in this group, or all of them in this group. But I think the rivalry between these two teams and some of the other St. James teams has really lifts the quality of both original Zone A persons, these two teams. And Herbert Morrison, they have certainly been around the shack. They were moved to Zone B in 2012, Zone C in 2013, and remained there until now. But over the years, these two have really had some great, interesting battles, and that was some wonderful skill.
Yep, it was. Too much on that pass. Herbert Morrison will get possession again. Well, that was wonderfully done there by Mikael Samuels. Good to show the skill and then the simple pass over the top. That's what I like to see. Prefer to see, actually. Doesn't really make any sense that you do the skill and then lose possession right after.
Yeah, good move. Just needed to create space for himself, so it was needed to do that.
Oh yeah, nobody shows skills because, you know, they want to show off, right? Nobody. Oh, he had the space to work with if he was able to control. But just lost it in the end, Malik Reed. Oh, nicely done by Giovanni Clark. And then he was expecting Keyshawn Heath to move. I think he was on his heels when the pass was made, though. And with that, it was always going to be difficult for him to get there. Oh, that wasn't convincing from the skipper, DeMarcus Walker, on that occasion. Free kick given to Herbert Morrison, some way out. There's a strong breeze blowing across the field. Not sure if it will provide a lot of assistance with this kick. Here's an opportunity, and no problems there for goalkeeper Jordan Shaw. from one goalkeeper to the next.
Yeah. Good imagination on the free kick, but not the best execution by Reed. No pace behind it. Well, good commitment by Brown. Turn that ball travelling with the breeze. Heavy wind here at William Knibb High School. Tumbling over the boards. Good to see he's okay. Player to watch, Kamaka Brown. 6 goals to his name so far this season. 6 of the 14 that Herbert Morrison have scored. Great history of attacking players, Herbert Morrison, and he is a new generation of it.
Yep, finally your schoolboy football. Would have celebrated his 19th birthday earlier this month. Players taking their first water break. It's been an interesting game so far, not a whole lot of goal mouth activity or shots on target, I should say. But both teams, especially Cornwall College, enjoying possession in the final third. They just haven't been clinical. Herbert Morrison, they've been holding their own at the back there.
Opportunities from the wide areas for both teams. They obviously don't defend the flanks very well. Obviously Cornwall has found more inroads in the Herbert Morrison defence. I think the likes of Johnson and Hamilton, from a Herbert Morrison perspective, need to do better. Here are the opportunities so far for Cornwall College. Great pace getting forward. Finding the holes in the defence. Here's a movement again. That was a strike from far out. Easy in the end for Reynolds between the sticks. Cornwall, they would continue to come forward. This was an attempted strike. As you can see, just the communication in the back line, not the best from the skipper, DeMarcus Walker, for Herbert Morrison. Balls over the top, balls to the wide areas. Almost seems like they're always chasing Herbert Morrison. And that's something that will need to improve. You don't want Cornwall to be finding their shooting boots.
Flag goes up for offside.
Obviously these youngsters, Cornwall College youngsters that is, going to the school, seeing all those trophies in the cabinet. 12 DaCosta Cups to their name, 8 Ben Francis titles, or 7.
Ball over the top, and here's another big chance for Cornwall. Oh, he just slipped in the end. Seemed uncertain when he was attacking. I'm wondering if he's thinking that he probably got a touch or a little push. But again, it was the long ball upfield that gave the Herbert Morrison defenders some trouble.
It was actually
the foot from DeMarcus Walker there.
Great toe by the captain, just to make sure that he didn't get to settle.
Yep. Darnell Brissett wasn't in a comfortable position either to get the shot off. Still looking for his first goal this season. CC's number 16. Just 16 years old is Darnell Brissett. Cornwall College, they know that a draw wouldn't be the best result for them. So the longer this game goes, you begin to wonder how it will affect them in particular. It's a windy afternoon here, and it's a swirling breeze over the William Knibb playing field. Heath wins it for Herbert Morrison. Brown trying to sweep it into the area, but well defended by the CC defense. Trying to switch the play there to Devin Johnson.
Big reputation to live up to for these Cornwall College boys. Their school has won the most DaCosta Cups of all time, 12 to their name. The DaCosta Cup started in 1950, and it only took them 3 years to lift their first title. Did go on a drought between 2001 and 2016, a 15-year drought. Cornwall.
Herbert Morrison right now on a much longer drought. Of course, there are two titles, 1986 and 1988. So they haven't won it in a while, actually. Herbert Morrison. Some 33 years we make it now.
Yeah, and in that time, Cornwall have won 4.
He's thinking of a crack, you know, and
it's a big crack.
It is.
But yeah, Cornwall did win. Herbert Morrison went to the final in '94, lost to Clarendon College with that really good side with Gillians and company. And then in '95, Cornwall College won the title the year after. Won in '95, 2000, 2001. So back to back, Cornwall, and then of course 2016. With Peter Lee Vassell and Jordan Fletcher, Shakumbo and company. McDonald.
Cornwall College player is down, and I suspect we will need some attention. Referee in the meantime just continuing play as Kamarka Brown pulls this one inside the box. Oh, it's a big chance here. The keeper had to get the vital interception. Jordan Shaw had to be sharp. It was Heath who was in front of him. Somehow the ball managed to slip through. The Cornwall College player now will get some attention, but let's take a look at this again. Brown sent a hopeful ball inside the area to Heath, who probably was a little bit surprised that it actually got through to him. But Shaw was sharp in the end.
Again, the danger coming in from the wide areas. Brian exploiting the right hand side. And as you said, it was a nothing ball into the box. Poor defending. And that's something that's been consistent from both these teams so far in the first half an hour of play.
Other teams who have interests in the interzone round or the quarterfinal round will be looking at these matches and will be trying to identify the weaknesses of both these teams. Of course, as it stands, fate in their hands. With Herbert Morrison, they just lead by a couple of points in this group. William Knibb out front with a perfect 5 from 5 on 15 points.
Yeah, 15 for them. Herbert Morrison 12, Cornwall College 10, and Irwin just behind in 9. So you see the closeness of that. A win for Irwin would take them to 12, which would be the same as Herbert Morrison. So still opportunities for at least 3 teams other than William Knibb to sneak a place. And Irwin, they will play Spot Valley tomorrow. Spot Valley currently in 6th position with just 4 points. Cornwall College defeated Spot Valley in their last game by 2-0. So quite an interesting group. St. James, well, only on 5 points. They're always a difficult opponent for Cornwall College and Herbert Morrison, just based on the rivalry, but they've struggled quite a bit this season. St. James High, of course, winners in 2008. St. James.
And here's Cornwall College with the free kick. Can they deliver here? Some 6 players inside the box. Here's the delivery. Not a bad looking one, you know. The header by Mikhail Samuels, who's shown some skills in the middle of the park. Could not keep it down though. There was a foul on the play as well.
Might have been a foul as well, Donald.
Yeah, it was. It was a foul. There was an infringement there.
Shove in the back. A much bigger push than we saw in the World Cup qualifier a few days ago.
Here's Cornwall again. Just need a decent ball over the top. You got 1-2, you know, to Heath, who's trying to run on to that one, but not quite having the power to get by. Malik Reed now. Hopeful more than anything else, but the keeper has come out and decides to get a hand on it. Herbert Morrison still with the opportunity here. It comes across to Kamaka Brown. Brown forced away from goal. Now it's with Heath. Skips by 1. It comes out wide. Can he keep it in play? Malik Reed? No, he can't.
Reed has got to do better than that. That's the second time Reed has gotten a relatively easy ball on the right hand side and just missed control. And then the effort to get the ball before it goes out of play
was
just not there. Yeah, got to do better there, Reed. A bit too complacent with the second effort.
Almost as if he's using the wind, taking him away as an excuse.
Gone with the wind.
Exactly. Timberlake on the other side. McLean. Not sure why he decided to come back into the traffic. McLean. And the flag will go for offside, but he was nowhere near it. Kamaka Brown. Goes the other way again. To Marcus Walker with the coverage there for his goalkeeper, Samuel Reynolds. Ball sent over. It's a chance here for Reed. And again he was unable to collect. Here's David McLean sending it back to Mikhail Samuels, who tries to spread it out wide. I mean, Devin Johnson is fast, but he's not that fast to retrieve that one.
He's been
less than 10 minutes to go in this one so far. And it's fair to say that Herbert Morrison, they've come into their own bit by bit, getting more of the possession in the last 10 or 15 minutes since that water break. Here they come again. Looking for options, but not a lot of movement off the ball. And now it goes the other way for Cornwall College. What can they do with this? Brissett. He has no one for company inside the area, so it's always going to be difficult for him to manufacture something there.
Well defended though by Walker. Good strength in the back line on that occasion. Wasn't sold by the play. And shielded the ball well. Strong defending. I think just their awareness is what is part of the problem at times, Herbert Morrison. So that was much better in terms of that. Just being aware of what's going to come next. What's the attacker going to do? Get into the right position and that communication. And as I said, slowly but surely coming into their own, getting more upfield. I must say though, when Kamarka Brown is on the ball, he looks the most dangerous man on the field.
McLean. We've just seen a lack of quality in the final third from both these teams. Haven't seen a lot of movement off the ball though, both teams in possession. Almost strange to look at. And you see how they play at times when they're in possession, especially Herbert Morrison. Now the ball is switched over. And for the 18th time, the wind giving problems. Reed taking the throw quickly. Here's Gordon. Shot was blocked. Dominic Gordon looking to crack that one, the Herbert Morrison number 7.
Very strange wind here at William Knibb. And I think in the 39 minutes we have seen so far, the wind has changed direction 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, it's swirling.
Yeah. So very hard to gauge necessarily what it's going to do. For most of the time, it seems like Herbert Morrison are kicking with the window, and I think that's why a lot of the times, even from outside of the 18-yard, they've looked to let fly with their shooting. So far, most of them have been blocked.
Jump to Jackson, to Johnson rather. Johnson gets by a challenge, pulls it back. Here's a big chance! The men of might finally take flight. Cornwall College with the lead in the 40th minute of play. For the 18th time, Herbert Morrison were ripped apart. And in the end, it was McLean with the finish. Wonderful stuff from CC.
Again, attacking from the wide areas. Poor defending, soft defending by Herbert Morrison. Scrappy as well, and in the end, McLean making them pay. A very wayward strike a couple minutes before by McLean, but that one was certainly on target. And with pace. Devin Johnson doing good work here. We've seen his speed thus far, and this was poor defending. Then McLean with the finish. And it's just McLean's second of the season. Well, he joins the rest of the scores. All of them have 2 for Cornwall College so far. And their 4-2-3-4-1 formation causing problems for Herbert Morrison.
Here's another chance for Cornwall College. Oh, he skips by a challenge and then the next one. And then they lose possession. but they regain it back quickly. Cornwall College. And this may be difficult. It's over the top. The wind creating some havoc there.
There's Brissett with the attempt, the number 16. He's had a couple of half chances so far. Brissett hasn't been very accurate. That one just over the top. Problems for Herbert Morrison. There is Brissett, who has worked hard, been a bit wasteful. His team has got the important goal. They're in double digits for the season, Cornwall College. Now 10. There's a bench of Cornwall College. Assistant coach Troy Campbell, Warren Barrett also there. Boopy Barrett.
Yep, the second goal this season for David McLean.
Yes, as we were saying, all the scores. They've only had 5 scorers so far this season, Cornwall. All of them have 2.
Easy to work out. Yeah, he does a convincing finish from McLean there. As we take a look at, is that Carr who needs attention? Yep, it is Dominic Carr. Hopefully it's not a serious ankle injury. But obviously he's going to come off for a while. As we take a look back at the goal, it was good work, really good work by Devin Johnson to pull that one back. And look at the conviction here, bang! And the Cornwall College with the advantage.
Yeah, Johnson has been causing a lot of problems on the right flank, the number 7 for Cornwall. Very speedy on the right hand side of the attack. There he is, and he's been causing a lot of problems. Just not able to deal with his pace. It's his first assist of the season. Devin Johnson.
He's looked really good this afternoon.
Certainly likes to run at players, attacking mentality.
Ball played out wide again to Johnson. He has about 3 to aim for inside the area. Johnson decides to do a little bit of partying over on the far side, and he lost possession. But
the captain
team does win the throw.
Yeah. And the captain Walker on this occasion closing him down well.
Walker is on the turf, slowly getting up. Herbert Morrison trying to go the other way. In the last few minutes they have found it difficult to get out of their own half. Herbert Morrison. Very difficult. Now they managed to do so. Can they provide an opportunity here? Too much on it. And no issues there for Jordan Shaw. So, 1 minute of the 4 added on for stoppages has elapsed since the goal. Cornwall College showing a bit more confidence. There's a long ball across the area, still in play. Ball whipped inside and had to be booted into touch.
Doesn't seem to be moving too well, the captain Walker. His right leg banded up heavily, the number 13. There he is. A lot of strapping on that right leg. Seems to be limping a bit. That would be a big deal for Herbert Morrison.
There's the delivery. The corner kicks have been poor, haven't they?
And it was Walker again in the right place at the right time. But I'm sure he'll be looking forward to half time. Doesn't seem to be moving 100%. That challenge that he went in with Johnson causing an issue.
Well, just a couple of minutes of the stoppages played, and the referee has called it off because he's seen enough. Not sure why 4 minutes were added, but well, at the end of the day, Cornwall College with the lead, courtesy of Davian McLean. His strike in the first half proven to be the difference so far between the teams. Cornwall College, a side which needs the big results over Herbert Morrison. This team has a lot to talk about here at the interval. But Cornwall College will be pleased so far at what's happening, and what's happened is that they have an advantage after 45 minutes, 1-0 the score.
Back to the parish of Trelawney on the north coast of Jamaica. DaCosta Cup action, where at the William Knibb High School, Cornwall College lead Herbert Morrison by 1-0 after 45 minutes. This is how they have unfolded thus far. Herbert Morrison on the front foot early on, two-time DaCosta Cup champions. Herbert Morrison going up against the 12-time champions Cornwall College, and Cornwall finding all kind of holes in the defence line of Herbert Morrison. Initially not making them count. They would continue to come forward, and just very reactive in their defence line, Herbert Morrison. And luckily for them, they didn't concede from those players. Kamaka Brown has looked the most dangerous of the Herbert Morrison players. Our player to watch, he wears the number 10. There he is. And this was a strike towards the near post, well saved by Captain Shaw of Cornwall. And they would continue to come forward. Wayward strikes initially by Cornwall, even though they were finding the holes in defence. Again, Walker misjudging the flight. Got back to make the toe towards his keeper, but very lucky. And then the goal after 41 minutes. Again, Johnson on the right hand side, loads of space, great pace, cuts back the ball so well. And then McLean with his second of the season into the far corner. And no chance for goalkeeper Samuel Reynolds between the sticks. Look at this from McLean. Through the right boot at it. Great instep strike with the outside of it as well into the far corner. After 41 minutes, Cornwall College 1, Herbert Morrison 0. Seven shots from Cornwall College. They have had 3 on target, 2 from 3 for Herbert Morrison. Thus 5 fouls and 1 yellow card shown thus far. 3 corners for Cornwall College. They have certainly been on the front foot. They have 62% possession, and they're certainly enjoying the most of these 45 minutes so far. They lead by a goal to 0. Let's now hear from the fans with Christine and Gerard.
All right, now the first half is over. Gerard, what did you take of the game?
I mean, both teams really coming out here trying to win this game. I would say though that Herbert Morrison has some work to do, especially in the defense. Cornwall College getting a chance to really get behind the defenders very early, consistently. But Cornwall College will be happy with their position. Of course, though, it is still wide open because the score is only 1-0. But if both teams can tighten up, then we'll see what goes on from here.
That's right. I know Cornwall College, they do have some big shoes to fill. I know they want to follow the legacy and bring home that cup. Now, they would have done so, well, they would have gotten a goal in the 40th minute. So let's see what happens in the next half. And we got a chance to get some comments from the audience. Someone put in all caps, "Go Cornwall College." So I see the persons are out there showing their support, and they would have gotten a goal, and I see persons are really excited about that.
Yeah.
Someone else, they would have said 2019 needs to be completed. So basically,
yeah, reminding them of what happened there.
Exactly. So they really want Cornwall College to come back on top and really go all the way.
Yeah, I see Jaheim Nelson here giving a prediction 3-0 to Cornwall College. He says we don't know. They have one so far. Can they get the other two, Christine? I don't know. Maybe. But of course, I see another prediction here. Romeo Scarlett saying 2-1 to Cornwall College. A lot of players here in the YouTube, a lot of the commenters here in the YouTube, they are really representing Cornwall College. So I want to know, where are the Herbert Morrison fans? Can you tell me? Show me to the direction of the Herbert Morrison fans. I want to see them.
Guys, we're in YouTube and we're looking out for your comments, so please don't be afraid. And if you're on Twitter, use the hashtag ISSASBF.
Yeah, that's right. But of course, the first half is over. We saw, well, what I expected, what I said was going to happen about the passing and stuff like that, with the conditions being, the grass being as thick as it is. It's really played out here. Some inconsistent bounce. A lot of the players are not going for the low percentage passes because they're not really going to go through based on how the pitch is playing. So maybe we'll see some more action, a little bit more. You see a little bit more passes, as the conditions kind of dry up and stuff like that. A lot of players are slipping as well, so we'll see. Who knows? Who
knows? That's right. And I realized the wind. The wind was going left, the wind was going right, so it was a bit unstable. But let's see what happens in the second half, and we'll be back with more action.
to the William Knibb High School just to show you what's happening on SportsMax live on Wednesday. La Liga Real Madrid against Athletic Bilbao, 3 o'clock for ECT. And then of course the NBA is on SportsMax live Thursday night, 7:30, 8:30 ECT. The Knicks against the Bulls. And then we'll see the Knicks again on Saturday when they play away to the Denver Nuggets. That's at 1 o'clock, 2 p.m. ECT on SportsMax. And also on Sunday, the Hawks against the Hornets. You don't want to miss that one. Sunday, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. ECT, also on SportsMax. We're looking ahead to schoolboy football action on Wednesday, 12:30 p.m., 1:30 p.m. ECT. Irwin High against Spot Valley High. And that's before this matchup between St. James High and Malton High, beginning at 3 p.m., 4 p.m. ECT. You can watch that on SportsMax too. But you can also watch it free on the SportsMax app on SportsMax Plus. That's a channel on the app. Download it today. So 1-0 in favor of Cornwall College over Herbert Morrison Technical High School. And a late goal in the first half proving to be the difference between the teams. And we're getting ready for the action, and we're on the way here for the second half. Cornwall College in that first half had quite a few opportunities, and they did make one count, Chris Taylor, but so often we saw the back line of Herbert Morrison permeable.
Yeah, at least 4 or 5 attempts at goal before they actually scored, Cornwall College, and certainly have done their research, attacking from the wide areas. And apart from that, which was with the likes of Devin Johnson, the Cornwall number 7, who is with the ball now, opted so many times for that long ball over the top, and just very reactive, the Herbert Morrison defense.
Most of the attacks did come through Johnson. He of course provided the assist for the goal. They do love this right hand side. Here's Johnson again, looking to go long. That's not a bad looking ball, you know. Looking to make the additional yard of space, and he was just a little bit too clumsy on it, Darnell Brissett. Brissett is 16 years old. He actually turned 17 in December. Here now is Malik Reed. Reed trying to switch the play, but it was held up in the breeze, unfortunately for him. Doing enough. Dylan Johnson. And Brown trying to get a foot in there, Kamarka Brown. And it will go the other way, Cornwall College. Gets by one defender. It was always going to be difficult to get by a second. Captain doing enough there to Marcus Walker. Herbert Morris can still be pretty dangerous here. Cornwall College will still have to be wary of their opponents. Their problem this afternoon, though, they just haven't been clinical. But they do know how to press, they do know how to attack. Even if they haven't been clinical so far, Herbert Morrison. Reed, Heath, miscommunication there. almost appears as if both teams just trying to restart, to reignite their engines for the second half, because it is stalling. Here they come again. First touch wasn't the best again, you know, from young Darnell Brissett. And the goalkeeper was hesitant to move off his line. Dominic Carr was doing all he was worth, and Samuel Reynolds was just taking his time. He didn't want to get off the goal line at all. Jump putting that one into touch.
I'm not sure the engines have started since you said they were looking to reignite them. Wayward pass, we've seen too many of those at the start of the second half.
Here's Herbert Morrison on the prowl again, but again inaccuracies over on the flanks. They haven't really been able to deliver.
They need to get Kamaka Brown more involved in the play. It's obvious that Herbert Morrison's goals or really attractive attacking play comes through him.
There's Steve Butner, by the way, a renowned, obviously retired for a while, international cricket umpire, also former international football referee, also very close to Cornwall College.
Coach Cornwall College as well, Steve Butner. They won the title in 1983, Cornwall College, and Steve Butner was a part of that.
Not playing.
No, not playing.
Yeah, because he's a little bit older than that. Just a little.
For a couple of years, well, he was a #1 umpire in the world.
Renowned for his slow death. Raising the finger.
Yeah.
It took an eternity.
And it wasn't the finger that took long to come up, it was the pondering of a decision.
It was both.
Well
Both
respected
as well, yeah.
Very highly respected.
Would have done quite a few World Cup finals actually. It would have helped, of course, that West Indies didn't make a number of them.
Don't quote me on this, but I'm almost sure it's 128 test matches Steve Buckner did. Yeah, it's a lot of experience. Was also the president of the West Indies Cricket Umpires Association for a couple of years, Steve Buckner.
Legend.
But has always loved his football.
Yeah. He's a legend.
In fact,
in
I'm sure if you
parts,
ask him, he'll tell you he might actually rather football.
Really?
Yeah, in terms of playing, coaching, everything. Has always been highly involved in football in the parish of St. James. Well, and the trustees as well.
Illegally winning that, Jermaine Gordon. Oh, that was actually Dominic Carr. Gordon was looking on. What can Herbert Morrison do with this? Brown looking for an outlet, and again too much on the pass. Expect better from Brown.
Hey, Nico.
Darnell Brissett gets lonely at times up top for Cornwall College. Herbert Morrison, they're trailing. They have to take the game to Cornwall College and be accurate about it. I'm not sure if they're just biding their time now, not wanting to concede the next goal. How will they manage these few minutes? They're defending stubbornly at the moment, but it's their transition which is lacking. Heath on the ball, forced wide. He does win a corner kick for his team though. Can they deliver on a set piece? Can they get the equalizer, Herbert Morrison? No signs of changes to be made, not yet anyway. Referee just deciding to change the ball. The ball which they were using was a little bit soft. Now they have this corner kick. They've sent bodies up. Herbert Morrison. It's your first of the game. Sent in inside. Still a chance. And the clearance, well, collected by Jordan Shaw. But there were a couple of opportunities there. It was a missed kick. In the end, he knew that he missed out on something there.
Anyway,
what a chance that was.
Came to Reed yet again. He's been wasteful, Malik Reed. There he is, number 18. At least this time, energy in the second attempt. But the chance was already wasted, and the recovery for Cornwall.
Comes across as a little bit slight.
Very slight.
In his demeanor and his work rate.
There he is. He scored 2 goals so far this season, though. Malik Reed just needed to make a better attempt on that occasion. And I think Kamaka Brown is letting him know it. The number 10.
Increasing their corner count. Well, it's come as far as Gordon. I'm sure that's not exactly what they trained for, but they are making do until they couldn't. Gordon putting it into touch. They'd want to do over. That wasn't the best from Jaden. Jump. Heath goes to the turf. Jump was in his path. Just thinking of the shot, I think he kicked the turf. Or there was an infringement there on Giovanni Clark. Yep, challenge had come in from Johnson. Not known for his tackling, but a free kick to Herbert Morrison. Keyshawn Heath behind it. Dylan Johnson is also there. What can they do with this? Heath, wide of the mark. That wasn't too far away, you know. Keyshawn Heath looking for his 4th goal this season. He was scrambling to get there, Jordan Shaw, but obviously he had it covered. Not the most convincing defensive header that we've seen this afternoon.
That header was quite interesting. But so was a free kick from Brissett.
There's a chance again for Cornwall College. Looking to line up an effort. I think that took a deflection. And now it's booted in the touch. Throw into Cornwall College. That was Davian McLean looking to get his second of the game. Not as convincing as his only shot on target on that occasion. He just needs to touch it off. Oh, that was just poor from him. There's an opportunity there. Kamaka Brown was making that run, you know. Johnson has been having a really good time.
A win today would put Cornwall College in second position in the table in Zone A. William Nida on top, 15 points, 5 from 5. Herbert Morrison are currently on 12 and Cornwall College 10. So this scoreline remains, it would take them to 13 points.
Here's a corner kick direct towards goal, had to be headed over the bar. The keeper was in no man's land there. Surprised that he didn't attack that one, because in truth it was headed straight to him.
So this was a better defensive header by Johnson. It wasn't very convincing the first time. This one necessary, as he wasn't really sure what his goalkeeper Samuel Reynolds was up to.
Little communication there. Another corner kick to Cornwall College. There was a bit of a slip there, couldn't quite deliver. He needs a good pass here. Brown decides to go himself.
Had to go himself, Donald, because he had no options. The teammates just looking at him, just watching him and not moving. Look, even now, everybody's static from a Herbert Morrison perspective. No movement off the ball. Heath.
Ball over the top. He's got there, and the shot is wide. And haven't got to the end of that one. Donald Brissett, you'd want a do-over there.
Lovely ball over the top. Brissett did well. Poor defending again. This time it was a Captain Walker that even made contact with his hand. The only thing I will say is that he did put Brissett under pressure here, just closing him down. Brissett was always falling away, and if he wanted to score he would have had to have gone far post with that kick. When the ball is given to Brown, it's almost as if they expect him to produce a moment of magic by himself.
Exactly.
Because he did get past the defender, looked up, and there was just no options, nobody moving for him. Giovanni Clark wearing the number 11, he needs to do better. So too Heath. Got to run off the ball and pull defenders away, even if you want to allow Brown to do his own thing.
At least try and be a distraction in the play.
Correct. Pull players away from him, even run in an offside position, so that the defenders are away from Brown.
But they were ball watching, Chris.
The captain isn't, well, captain, a coach. Buddy Roy Anderson by no means happy on the sidelines for Herbert Morrison. He knows all about attacking football. His team was renowned for that in the 80s. Herbert Morrison, top reggae boy, came out of that group. Hector Wright, certainly an exciting player to watch in those days, Hector Wright.
They can be urgent at the back, Herbert Morrison, and we've seen it on several occasions. They haven't been as urgent in the second half, but they have lacked that urgency when they do have possession in the attacking third, and if they are to continue like that, they are not going to get the equalizer. Something has to change, and I suspect that the coaching staff would have to be making changes or be thinking about making the changes now. Here they are, coming forward once again. Damarian Spence. Again, he just has to try and go it alone, right? As he heads towards the byline, he does get the free kick. There was a foul there on the far side on Spence.
Good pace by Damarian Spence, the number 15. Like how he ran at the defence line of Cornwall, they're not afraid to do that. There's always been a battling team, Herbert Morrison, and never say die team. So it's very surprised that we use the word soft to describe some of the players, because that was never a word aligned with them. They've always been a team that fight right down to the nth hour.
Not known for their silky players, right?
Well, silky players, yes, but
not
certainly
slight.
have great determination, not slight,
not
never slight.
Dylan Johnson to deliver this free kick. It's not a bad looking one, but it is headed away. Comes out as far as Logan Hamilton. Back to Johnson, and it's going to be another corner kick to Herbert Morrison. It's a goalkeeper who needs some attention now, Jordan Shaw, the Cornwall College skipper. Probably feeling a little bit of cramp there. But he just went down. I'm sure it's to instigate getting a bit of a timeout there, because Cornwall College were under a bit of pressure. Both teams in the meantime getting some refreshment. The official water break, in fact. And it's still 1-0 in favor of Cornwall College. There they are, over Herbert Morrison. Cornwall College, they have been going the route 1 avenue. A lot of balls over the top. And they've been trying to catch Herbert Morrison off guard so far in this game.
Well, they have caught them off guard. They just haven't finished the majority of their opportunities. Look at that ball over the top. A little bit indecisive in terms of their final decision. But yes, the ball over the top, and certainly the use of the flanks. There was Walker, and he was in second place there, Walker.
Well, here's the corner kick. And there it goes. They need to be a whole lot better.
That last opportunity for Brissett is probably the only opportunity over the top in the second half that we've seen. So obviously Herbert Morrison have made some form of adjustment. Cornwall haven't had as many opportunities.
Wasn't the best first touch on that occasion, so Dominic Carr could recover, and he's shielding it and gets a free kick.
But again, better organization of the defense line. If you look at the positioning of the defenders, not found in a flat line, getting their angles right. That's strong defending. Did well.
Ball played through Here's a big chance. Brown! Saved by the goalkeeper. Kamaka Brown knows, or it was Heath rather, who got the shot off. Knows that it was a big opportunity for him. Yeah, it was Heath. But it was a big save there by Jordan Shaw.
Big save by the captain. This time it was Herbert Morrison's opportunity to put a ball behind the defence line, this time of Cornwall. And Heath, who has scored 3 times so far this season, didn't look shy there. Good strength by him in the yellow boots. It was a good strike, but straight at Shaw. And Shaw made his frame big. Good save by Shaw, the captain, leading from the front.
Or from the back on that occasion. Ball over the top. Looking for, on this occasion, Kamaka Brown, and it was too far in front of him. Collected by Shaw.
Wow, just not sure what this defence line of Herbert Morrison is doing, allowing Brissett way too much space. And I don't know who Brissett is quarrelling with. He had no one to blame but himself. That should have been in the back of the net from the Cornwall College number 16. Look at this. Poor defending. Johnson standing around watching the number 8 there. And Brissett hit it right to goalkeeper Reynolds. Glorious opportunity. He should never have been allowed to turn here. Ridiculous defending by Carr and Johnson. And luckily Brissett didn't show. Luckily for Herbert Morrison, the quality of the strike wasn't better than that. Because any side of the goalkeeper, and that would have been 2-0. Brissett has gotten quite a few half opportunities so far in this game. He's not been clinical by any means. And it's shown in his stats for the season. He's yet to get off the mark in terms of goals.
Ball played forward. The keeper's off his line though and should get there comfortably ahead. The yellow card is going to be
Richards
shown.
Braxton Richards, Cornwall College number 14, picks up that yellow card. A delayed yellow card just allowed the play to continue, the referee.
So this is how the play is going to be restarted by the referee. Just to confirm the yellow card shown to Richards. Here's Cornwall College. They have another opportunity here. Johnson delivers this one and vital header away. Now it's fired wide of the mark. And it was Timberlake with the effort.
I haven't seen much from him, Timberlake, but again it was that man Johnson on the right hand side. Cornwall College number 7. Loads of space. Good ball inside to Timberlake. And the strike wasn't bad either, but it was inaccurate.
Heath. Keeper again in the way.
Well, that was much better movement from Herbert Morrison. At least
Much
players
better.
running off of the ball.
Yep.
Giving options. That's necessary.
The game beginning to feel a little bit stretched.
Yes. A lot more open. Still though Herbert Morrison a little bit guilty of gazing, ball watching. Reactive, not proactive, not seeing the play before it happens.
Richards. Brissett. Nicely done. Darnell Brissett fires that one wide of the mark. Best bit of play from him with the ball at his feet, but again the finish little to be desired.
And he's been busy, Brissett. That's one thing we can't fault him for in this game. He's run a lot, he's asked for the ball, he's had attempts, just hasn't been on target that much, and The ones that have been on target have not found the corners, but certainly has been on the ball a lot. Certainly his confidence hasn't dropped, so that's good to see from the corner number 16. This would be a massive 3 points for Cornwall College. This would put them second in the table. There is Warren Boopy Barrett, former National Reggae Boy, goalkeeper, captain, big member of the France 98 team to the World Cup.
See the shots, Cornwall College with 4 on target, Herbert Morrison with 3 on target. Cornwall College goalkeeper coming up with a couple of vital saves there. Jordan Shaw, who was part of the 2016 under-14 team, under-14 Cornwall College team that won the All-Ireland trophy. So again, he has some experience there in winning titles.
And he has a lot of experience on the sideline coaching him in Barrett.
That's true. Ball played through the middle. Heath will get there, and it's over the top. Maybe it took a bad bounce before he let fly. He can't believe the result. It's gone for a goal kick.
I like that run by Heath though, asking for it on the outside. It was well played. Shot just went a little bit too wide in the end, but I was a little bit concerned about Shaw's position at first, but was actually quite wide in the end. Heath, it would have been very difficult for him to get that pass Shaw from that angle.
Wonder why he just didn't try and cut it back. There's the aforementioned Shaw, who won that under 16 All-Ireland title with Cornwall College. Under 14 rather, back in 2016. About 15 minutes remaining, and the coaches, they are still holding the cards close to their chests. No subs being made. Herbert Morrison though, they're the ones chasing the game, so
Herbert Morrison, yeah, no players warming up either, just the one solitary Cornwall College player warming up.
Doesn't feel like a rivalry, does it?
Yeah, the different level of intensity for sure. It's been a long time since the heavy rivalry. These players would certainly not have been around.
And of course they wouldn't have seen each other for about 6 years, right?
Correct. But I can tell you, everybody watching on, it's big for them.
And quite a few watching on the highway.
Yes. Big rivalry in the parish of St. James. 2-time champions versus the 12-time champions.
Well, that's a late challenge coming in on Johnson. The yellow card is going to be shown to the Herbert Morrison skipper. Delaying the inevitable. DeMarcus Walker. Free kick to Cornwall College now. Johnson should be fine, but he did miss the ball by some way. Walker.
He's still down. No one has come on to give him some attention. Very belated call from the referee to the sideline. I was wondering why he was taking so long. It was obvious that Johnson wasn't going to get up, and clearly is in some agony. There's a lone substitute. That's Dante Escoffrey, the number 12. I guess from Garfield Anderson's perspective on the Herbert Morrison bench, his team has been getting opportunities. They have made it into the 18-yard box. Heath has gotten 2 chances to make a difference. Certainly the first one should have scored, had a great opportunity to score, so maybe he's happy with what they're creating. Their runs off the ball have been probably better in the second half. The one thing I would say is that we haven't seen enough of Kamaka Brown. He hasn't been getting the distribution as much as in the first half, and I think he's the most dangerous player from a Herbert Morrison perspective. 6 goals so far this season. Our player to watch, the Herbert Morrison, number 10. He needs to be more involved in the play.
Yeah, just the 1 goal in it. And it was good work from Johnson, who's getting the attention now, pulling this one back for Davian McLean, who made no mistake. What a finish that was. They really want Devin Johnson to be up and running soon as he's stretched off. They're going to be down to 10 players momentarily, and let's hope that he won't be away from the action for too long.
Come on, where you go? Hey, come in, Logan, come in. Hey, yeah. Where you go, spin up.
Free kick in the meantime for Cornwall College. The wall set up. Braxton Richards is behind this. 2 goals behind his name so far for Richards. Let's see what he can make of this. It's Braxton Richards straight into the wall. And his teammate getting involved in an offside position. Safe to say that we needed a little bit more imagination in the attacking third from both these teams. Still some time for Herbert Morrison. A point in this fixture would still be a massive one. Again looking for Brissett. And there's a whistle on the play. So the change is going to be made by Cornwall College.
Yeah, I don't think, unfortunately for Cornwall, I don't think Johnson is going to return. Didn't look good going off, Johnson. He's in a lot of pain on the sideline. I'm sure it's going to be a scoffer. Well, Herbert Morrison have 2 off the bench, finally warming up.
Well, a free kick has been given.
In a really good position.
Change is going to be made. Dante Escoffrey coming on the park. Just 15 years old, Escoffrey. Let's see what difference he can make to this team. Here's a chance for Malik Reed. Charge down. Cornwall College running out of ideas on that occasion. Now it'll go the other way. Johnson. Gordon.
Come on.
Couldn't quite keep it in play, Escoffrey. Johnson with the throw. Kamaka Brown. Somehow he still manages to keep possession, tried to play it off for Heath, and wasn't quite accurate with the distribution. Hamilton has it now for Herbert Morrison. Hamilton continuing his run but couldn't get the return ball. And as a couple of substitutes continue their warm-ups, Herbert Morrison, they contemplate how they can get back into the game. Cornwall College, a player getting some attention. Going to be quite a few minutes added on for stoppages. Not sure how easy it's going to be for Chris Taylor to pick the MVP for today's game. There's Davian McLean, the goal scorer. There's Johnson, who was just taken off, who was terrific on the right-hand side for Cornwall College. In fact, I think he's a standout. Long throw. Manages to keep possession. Cornwall College. It's now with the youngster Escoffrey, trying to beat his marker, Dante Escoffrey. So I mentioned before, just 15 years of age, Dante Escoffrey. Marion Spence comes off. O'Neill Maxwell goes on for Herbert Morrison. Referee saying that the player wasn't tripped up there. Maxwell is trying to get on the end of that one. Game in the second half hasn't been quite as tidy. Herbert Morrison with a throw in. It's going to be a long throw. Could cause some problems here. Well, that went all the way through to goalkeeper Shaw.
Go outside, go outside, go outside.
It's Coffrey giving the ball away and trying to win it back for his team. On the charge.
Go outside, go outside.
Almost got through to Heath. When those two teams were the talk of the town, it wasn't quite a goal-scoring spectacle. Cornwall College and Herbert Morrison, always the odd goal, proving to be the difference between the teams. So although the flair by nature isn't there, in terms of the score line and what we've observed so far, the very nature of this contest, still pretty close. 4 minutes of stoppages to be played.
8 of their last 15 matches ended by a goal to nil. So you're very right with that. And it is 1-0 now. This would be 9 in 16.
So sometimes there are odd results, but more often than not.
And if we're talking about just by the odd goal, 12 out of 15.
There you go.
So usually a very close battle.
Nice first touch. Almost tried to get away with a second touch there. Well, only difficult to control that one. There's a delivery inside the area. Oh, nice first touch. Looking for a second attempt. Didn't quite drive home the effort as he was seeking a second goal today, David McLean.
They've had the better of the midfield play, Cornwall College. Get a lot more players going forward, but their striking quality, not what we're used to seeing from the gold and red. That's the part that they will have to improve or continue to improve as the season goes on. Do get a lot of opportunities in and around the 18-yard box, but more times than not, the finish isn't accurate or it's very weak.
Trying to beat his marker there on that occasion, but the captain recovered well, DeMarcus Walker. But here comes Cornwall College again. They can bury it. Oh, and it's wide of the mark. The story of the afternoon. And he may just have hurt himself in the process too, you know. And really should have buried it, but again, probably just a slip there, maybe. David McLean looking for a second. Couldn't quite get it on target. Just a minute left in stoppage time. And the back line is going up, including the goalkeeper for Herbert Morrison. Can they get the equalizer here? Sent inside the area. And they really have seconds to go. Last chance saloon. And that was a challenge there from Maxwell, and the ball played quickly. Here they come again, Cornwall College, with time ticking away, and they've lost possession. Now this may be the last chance. Brown, looking up for options, decides that he probably needs to go by himself. Kamarka Brown inside the area, and the challenge coming across, crucial, the interception. And that's all she wrote for this one. The St. James derby wasn't as intense as it was in previous times, but it's Davian McLean's strike late in the first half that has proven to be the difference. Cornwall College with a vital 3 points, overtaking Herbert Morrison in the standings, in fact, with this result. And it's in their hands. It's in their hands, because they are close now to qualifying for the knockout stages of the DaCosta Cup, or the quarterfinal round rather of the DaCosta Cup. After 90 minutes, it's Cornwall College 1, Herbert Morrison 0.
Big 3 points for Cornwall College, and threatened much in the first half and came forward in numbers. There was a pace of Cornwall College. The defence line of Herbert Morrison out of place, very reactive, not proactive by any means, and they're very lucky not to have gone behind by 2 goals or more in that first half. Had Cornwall College been a little bit more clinical. Samuel Reynolds between the 6. This was the best chance in the first half. Fall into their main marksman in Brown, the number 10. Tried to finish to the near post. Well saved by Shaw, who on just a couple of occasions he was called upon proved to be very safe. And Cornwall, they would continue to be wasteful in the first half. That was Brissett. Brissett certainly had a lot of the play and the opportunities in the first half. And then the moment that changed the game, in the 41st minute, Johnson with his explosiveness down the right hand side, and it fell to McLean, and look at that for a strike with the right boot by McLean. In step outside of it into the far corner, no stopping that for Samuel Reynolds. Excellent strike, and that was his second of the season, was Davian McLean. And thumping strike into the right corner, and it would prove to be enough for Cornwall College, even though they would continue to come forward. This was an opportunity that fell to Reed on the back post, missed kick, and then by that the chance had gone. Shaw keeping things safe. That was wide of the mark, never threatening the goal of Shaw. And again, a ploy that was used somewhat in the match, the ball over the top. Again it fell to Brissett, and he couldn't make the most of it. This the best save in the second half by goalkeeper Shaw, and he would make himself big and make sure that he was not allowed to come through. Brissett would continue to come forward and allowed so much opportunity in the box, and just needed to pick a corner. The Cornwall College number 16, had he even gone to the near post, he would have scored. Went straight to the keeper, and it was well saved by Reynolds. Wasteful chances for Cornwall College to bury this game. This was a good strike, but again off the mark. After 90 minutes it would end 1-0 to Cornwall College, and a vital 3 points for them. Let's have a look at the full-time stats. 4 shots on target from 11 attempts, 3 on target for Herbert Morrison from 7, but they couldn't make them count. 10 fouls, 3 yellow cards shown. And Herbert Morrison a better second half, but as you said, Cornwall College with 54% of the possession. And all 3 points, they leapfrog Herbert Morrison in Zone A. After 90 minutes, it's Cornwall College 1, Herbert Morrison 0. Let's hear from our man of the match, Devin Johnson.
So you would have had a good game today. Do you think that you're happy enough with your performance?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Were you able to, when you were when you had that assist, did you see your teammate early in the box or did you find him kind of late?
Yeah, I see him, so that's why I crossed it inside.
Yeah, so what's the next step from here for you in your personal game?
Well, just play to the coach's instruction as always and carry out the coach's instruction and lead my team from forward, sir.
Alright, well, congratulations and all the best for the rest of the season.
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, so the losing coach now, we're going to have a chat with him, Mr. Anderson. Yeah, Garfield Anderson is now going to have a chat with him. Coach, not the result that you would have wanted, but the season is not over yet. What's the next step from here?
We would have wanted a result today, so this one take our destiny out of our hands. So it's not what we wanted, but the journey continues. We are building this program, and I'm proud of the boys. They were very competitive. Much better display in the second half. I think the first half we were a bit tentative, and I think that cost us the game.
How tough would you say this loss is for you?
Yeah, it's a tough one, you know, it's a rivalry and we always want to come out on the winning side, you know. Unfortunately, it didn't happen today, but we always persevere. We always persevere, and it's good to be back in zone A where it's competitive, and we will build from there.
Did the boys play on the same level that they would have played throughout the season, or do you find that it dropped a bit?
I think the performances throughout the season, they deserve a lot of credit. These are youngsters, and to assemble them in a short time and for them to acquit themselves so well, I'm extremely proud of them. Although we lost today, you know, we were not outplayed entirely. I think we showed a little much respect rather, in the first half. But second half they came up with more fire, more determination, and we should have capitalized on one of those chances that we have created.
All right, thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so Coach Garfield Anderson giving us his take on the loss right now, but now we're going to take a chat with one of the assistant coaches from Mr. Warren Barrett from Cornwall College. Coach, this was the result that you would have wanted. Are you happy with the team's performance today?
First, to God be the glory. Great things the Athon continues to do. Yes, indeed, happy with the result. Again, as I spoke pre-game, I thought our first half was very, very good. We deservedly came out leading 1-0. Again, second half, I thought we were a bit flat, but credit must also be given to Herbert Morrison. They changed their tactics. They were desperate for a result, at least a draw, and they pushed numbers in attack. They had at least 4 players in attack, so we also had to adjust defensively. But resolute performance defensively. It was a stout-hearted game. We have a number of youngsters here. They are between the ages of 14 to 17, the majority of the team. So credit must be given. Again, a hard-fought victory, what we expected. Now our destiny is in our own hands.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you and all the best for the rest of the season.
You're welcome. Thanks.
So Cornwall College coming out on top by Herbert Morrison, and that pretty much wraps up the action here from William Knibb, the first game of the